Alright everyone, welcome to Play with the Devs on the Behemoth stream. My name is Megan, I'm the community manager, and next to me I've got Dan Paladin.
Hello.
Hello.
I am Dan Paladin.
Hello, he's our co-founder and art director and game designer and puppy papa.
I'm a puppy papa.
Because he's got his puppies next to us.
I am so excited to see all of the murders today.
Yeah, so many murders are going to happen today in the pit. Hopefully, only.
Yeah. Specifically in a video game.
Specifically in our video game, yes. And we've got Matt from the Behemoth. He's representing us on the dev side, playing against the community. He's actually in another office just for fairness, so that he can't hear anything that we say about the other team. And we've got our 5 players readied up as well. We've got Sketched, Philo, Kiak, Logipath, Rocknick, and Trash Panda, who's going to be fighting against Matt today. Those players signed up online on our forum last week, and we just chose a few people to get ready. And
that's right. Get amped too, because I watched Matt practice for this, and he was undefeated in everything he was doing.
In those 2 matches he did.
In those two matches that he practiced, and he did well.
Yeah. So this is the community's chance to go head to head with one of our team members in the pit, and we're gonna get right to it because we want to see as many people fight as possible. All right, so and we're gonna. Oops, excuse me, sorry. Don't worry about that. I clicked on the wrong thing. Okay, let's switch over.
I got you.
You got me?
I might have you.
There we go. All right, we're gonna invite Matt, and we're gonna invite Sketched Philo.
Do we do private or public?
Private.
Oh gosh. Where is he?
Yeah, the dev right there. And then Sketched Philo.
Come on in.
Come on in, guys. Alright, and for those of you who are just joining us, this is Pit People Play with the Devs. We are actually playing the Steam version, which is on sale.
Yes.
This week.
We are currently in early access. We are also available on Xbox One as game preview. So we're still finishing up the story. It's a turn-based, it's a fast-paced turn-based co-op adventure game. But it's not only co-op or solo. You can also fight against each other 1v1 or 2v2. And we're going to be watching some 1v1s today. And we'll be talking about some of the strategy and all of that. And so if anybody's not familiar, don't worry. We'll try to make it a little easier for you to understand what's going on here.
All right, we're going to start, and we're going to have some polls in the chat for the Twitch chat also. So if you're watching from Twitch, Lucia is going to be dropping in a poll just so that you can decide who you think will win based on the team that they have.
Yeah, so let's see what we got here.
All right. We're watching from spectator mode, by the way, just to let you guys know. So, blue team, we've got Matt's team, and then we've got Sketched Philo on the right. So, just make sure to vote in the Twitch chat to see who you think is going to win. All right, let's get started. It looks like we're waiting.
What do we got? We got 2 long-range mortars. I don't know what's going on there. Hopefully they can sort that out. Maybe, are you gonna check with them or?
Yeah, I'm gonna check in the chat.
So we got, what is this? We got, so here's an interesting thing. In Pit People, fighters cost different amounts, and you get 6 slots, right? So each team has 6 slots worth. What Matt's chosen to bring down here, this Cyclops and this Troll, they each cost 2 slots. So there's only 2 more, right? So you got 4 already taken, then we got 5, 6, and we got a mallet user and a heavy shield user. We're good to go now. Kobolds, though, on the other hand, you get 2 for 1 slot. So we got 1 slot, 2 slot, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we got sustain on the red team with this cupcake here. So the cupcake heals units by hurting itself, but it can regenerate slowly. We're gonna see here what is gonna happen. Matt just went right at him. He went right for it. The shield user in this case it's a little weird situation because normally a shield will be blocking a lot of sort of shorter range projectiles, whereas in this case the mortars will be going for the back lines. So we're gonna have it's gonna be interesting. I guess the shield user's not really gonna be using his shield all that much in this fight, I think. Not quite sure.
Yeah, he's got that Sword of Zeus though, so.
Yeah. It's interesting. I guess red team's got an interesting setup because their front line are some sort of flimsy guys with the mushroom that farts in a sort of area of effect. Might end up farting on his own guys, but you know, he's got the cupcake to undo any of that going on. As long as he can sort of, I guess that's going to be the front line. You're going to have kobolds and a mushroom versus a cyclops, a troll, and 2 men. And on Matt's side, the only healing he's going to be getting is the troll, which regenerates each turn. I don't know what's going on here, though.
Yeah, it looks like Sketch Philo is getting some lag. He said, I'm frozen waiting for Matt's turn to end.
Do we want to restart, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, we may have to get Kiak in first and come back to Sketch Philo after this. So,
okay.
Sorry about that, guys.
All right, let's reset it. Let's do that. Yeah, I'm sorry. Wait, I don't want to exit to the main. No.
No.
Okay.
It's okay. All is well.
Everything's
You
fine.
can see my Captain Leviathan. Make sure we're on spectator mode.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
Go back. Space. There we go.
Oh, I pressed that.
All
Okay.
right, so we're gonna bring
Host
in
private.
Matt and Kiak.
So who goes first?
Matt,
Okay.
the div, and then Kiak.
Okay, are we gonna? I guess sketch feel. We're gonna figure out what's going on with that later. Or?
Yeah, I guess we will see.
Okay, we'll try again with him. I guess.
Okay, let's try one more time. And Sketch Philo. Kiak, if you could switch over.
To red. So we have our Behemoth blue. I suppose is that what's going on?
Behemoth is gonna be blue.
Oh, they're readying up anyway.
Oh shoot.
Oh, there we go. It worked. Cool. So, here's an interesting thing. Kiak is somewhat feared in the arena, as is Matt. So we're gonna have an interesting fight on our hands. A lot of Kiak's teams are somewhere around 90% win rate. So, you know, look out, Matt, who is undefeated.
Alright.
Yeah,
And
so
Matt's
we'll see
switching
how
up
this
his
goes.
team, by the way.
Oh, he
so,
is.
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't want to be predicted. That's right. So yeah, that's one thing you can do is when you set up your characters in Pit People, you can save up. Well, now we've actually updated by 5, so anywhere from A through L, you'll be able to save your teams. And so you're playing against people, you can quickly switch between things that you've already preset. And that's what Matt did right there. He switched up to a new. Oh, here we go.
Here you go.
This is the famed. Oh, that's interesting. I've seen this team from Kiak before. Really interesting combination.
Yeah.
So we have Spidars, and Spidars have a lot of utility. There's a lot of uses for them. They will shoot webs out to collision that is every other space. So, for instance, who is this? If Liliana moves right here, she's going to automatically block with that. And you can already see the web up right there.
Yeah, she can use, if you've got 2 spiders, like you saw it right over there, you can get like a bunch of webbing across as well.
Yeah, they can cast webs to each other.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I haven't mentioned is you can put characters on their back. So you can have a melee user on their back defending anybody that's close, or you can put a cupcake on there and keep them safe, or you know, an archer, or even the mortar user can go right onto a Spidar's back. But in this case, not really a good reason to put any mortar users on the backs of the Spidars.
Yeah, but you know, this is a great terrain for Kiak actually, just because there's so many obstacles on the map already.
Yeah.
And,
He wants to hold that line,
yeah.
But unfortunately, a Spidar cannot, and any character cannot really use their passive while they're electrocuted, or I guess stunned, we would call it here. So electricity, which is actually, there's a lot of electricity on Matt's team.
Yeah,
so,
you can see Liliana's currently stunned.
Yeah. So the Gorgon is using the, what is it, the Blade of Zeus?
I
the
believe
blade?
so. Let's see, the Gorgon. No, that's the knife of
The
Zeus.
knife of Zeus.
Yeah.
And then we have the socket shooter in the back line there. This is the socket shooter right here. It's a medium bow and it has a chance to stun. We've also got Pipistrella wielding the Beast, which is a mallet that has an electrical component to it. And we have Horatio, who has a electrical sword. So there's a high stun chance coming from Matt's team. You cannot stun lock the same character twice in a row. So they will not be able to stun Liliana 2 turns in a row, but every other turn, yep, they'd be able to do that. So Kiak's moved his... Oh, that's interesting. He moves characters in such a way that they are now sort of split.
Right, but those mortars are still being protected by that spider webbing. So.
Yeah. The mortar guys are just hanging out in the back. One interesting thing about any archer, they're considered an archer. Any archer class, if they move on that turn, then they're only going to fire half as many shots. So Kiak's been pretty good about keeping his mortar users still, so they get more shots per turn, hopefully, on each turn there. So he's maximizing his damage. You can see though that Matt's actually managed 6 more damage on the last turn, and you can see down at the bottom, you can see the health pools. Blue's got a little bit less health, but it's somewhat misleading in a way because the Gorgon has a chance of spawning snakes that you can see that come up there. That's from her.
Oh, goodbye, Royland.
Oh
Goodbye.
no.
Matt has one fighter down.
Yeah, we lost the socket shooter there. And we've got one character right here, which I believe was Liliana. Yep, Liliana is
Bleeding quite a bit.
bleeding. Yeah, so pretty good exchange actually so far. The snakes are guiding themselves, although I don't know if Matt's doing this or not, but you can flag characters as priority or not for the AI. So any AI character, the snakes in this sense, they'll go after or ignore targets that you mark. So Matt may or may not be doing that. I'm not quite sure.
That's a pro tip.
Yeah,
I
pro
love
tip.
using that. If you go into the gameplay settings, it's allow calm icons at all times.
Allow calm icons, yeah. And the troll mom, she'll make troll babies. Those things will listen to you. There's a few things that'll listen to you that are AI, or you can even have an AI partner. If you're playing alone, you can bring your friends team in. And,
Right.
you
Or in
can-
certain quests and side quests that have extra AI helpers, you can also mark them that way.
This is a really interesting fight. So Matt's doing a pretty good job at trying to knock out the protectors of the mortar users, which is a very good strategy because, they're not. Mortar users have a minimum range, so they need to be back there.
Yeah.
If Kiak loses too many spiders, that could pose a problem. They might just get chased down. So.
And again, neither of these teams, neither Kiak or Matt knew of each other's team, so this is a fair fight.
Yeah, that's sometimes you just don't know what you're gonna get.
Lots of snakes on the map still.
Oh yeah.
That's super helpful.
Zoom in a little bit. Let's zoom in. 'Cause not too much going on the outsides there. Yeah, but HP is still neck and neck. Really interesting right now. We'll see how it goes. I'd be a little bit nervous because we just had a double kill on 2 spiders, which were pretty important to the strategy.
Just some extra info. You mentioned that Kiak is a huge PvP or just pit player in general. And obviously you guys can probably tell that because he's got all these golden items. But he's been just playing for about a year just like everyone else. So.
Yeah, he's pretty well feared and often seen in the 2v2s, and that's one of the interesting things that's happening today is Rocknick is one of the competitors and Kiak is another, and often they they team up together. But today they're fighting on their own, and it's an interesting thing because 2v2 in Pit People is a lot different than 1v1. I think with 2v2 there's a little bit more mistakes that can be made, or things that can be fudged a bit. But in 1v1 it's kind of cutthroat because you got nothing to rely on. That Gorgon is actually getting pretty low. Which is important because those snakes are just going to be up on the mortar users all the time. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be real hard because they're kind of forcing the mortar guys into melee.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a tough one.
So we actually have a Discord going. We have our Discord server, and that's how we're communicating with all of the players from the community as well as Matt. And in the Play with the Devs community chat, Kiak has said, "This is feeling like a loss to me." But you never know. Honestly, with PvP,
You never know, but I think it's pretty tough because even if everybody was gone, they've got that heavy shield user.
And just to let you know, Kiak, looking at the poll, 69% voted for you. So, they believe in you.
They've probably all been defeated by Kiak.
That's true.
Yeah, he's got quite the reputation. I think just matchup-wise, it was a little tough. With the stun, I think with all the stuns, Spider-Eye's weakness and half the team being Spider-Eyes, not being able to hold that web wall, I think that was a good payoff for how Matt's constructed his team here.
Yeah. I'm gonna close the Twitch poll since we are getting close to the end of the match.
Yeah, you can't vote now. That's that's too much. Team HP wise though, still pretty close. Although it might change soon because the mortar users have to move each time, and that's already cut Kiak's damage in half now. So he was only able to get 9 damage out that time, whereas Matt just did 47. So I think strategically Matt's kind of found the way. One thing you can do in Pit People as well is you can, when the matches are over, you can save the replays, and you can look at where things went wrong, where things went right, and what you might do differently.
Yeah, which is what we'll actually be doing, and then we'll upload that into our Discord server if anyone wants to look at the fight again.
Yeah, we'll put the matches up in case anybody wants to see exactly where things changed and could have been maybe better or worse. I think it's pretty tough right now. It's pretty tough. He still managed 26 damage on that last turn, though. That's pretty darn good for the circumstances he's in to deal that much damage. It's actually quite good. So he's not going down without a fight. And I mean, even though they're wiggling right now, their animations are little wiggles. I hope to get to those one day. But yeah, when you see the mortar users,
this
melee,
game is still in early access.
Yeah, they wiggle. You can see the little red guys wiggle when it's their turn at melee. It's kind of fun. Still holding on there. Wow, holy cow.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of, there's actually quite a lot of characters right now that are low. Cuddles is kind of low. Mm-hmm. Pip's a little low. Although unfortunately, who is that? Yo Ratio. You can't fire.
Well, that's on Kiak's. Yeah.
Yeah, Yo Ratio versus Ho Ratio. Look at that. I don't think Yo Ratio is going to be able to fire over at Pip, so I think the only kill that maybe Kiak might manage is on Cuddles. Not sure. We'll see.
There you go.
There was that wiggle. Almost got her. Real close. So HP is still pretty darn close. I would say it was still a pretty decent fight here, and it's still not over. He's still... there was a stun on that guy. Oh no.
Double kill.
Oh heavens. It's up to... Who is this? It's up to Yo Ratio. Wait, were there 2 Yo Ratios?
There were 2 Yo Ratios.
Huh.
Wait a second. Well, he could have actually had a different profile and trade over.
You could, you can do the quest more than once and collect your ratios, I believe.
Oh yeah.
I think. I don't know. Don't quote me on that one. Yeah, so it looks like Matt has
Congrats to Matt, and we're gonna check out the stat screen.
For now.
Yes, Congrats to Matt, and great job to Kiak. That was seriously
that was a pretty good
team.
fight, all things considered.
And then if you want to look over these initial stats, you can explain.
We had a little bit more damage coming out of Matt. We had a lot of defense that actually came from. Yeah. We had a lot of defense that came from Teeth, it looks like, on Kiak's team. Look at that. Look at Teeth's blue bar there. That's crazy. Of course, you can see Matt went very heavy offense.
Alright, we're going to try to bring Sketch Philo back in.
Alright.
I'm going to open another Twitch poll. And then for those who are watching from Facebook Live, we don't have a poll going on there, but you can always put in your predictions in the comments. Alright, let's invite Sketch Philo and Matt.
Let us do that. Oh, he's...
And Sketch.
Isn't he already here?
Yeah.
He's already here, so we're good, right?
Yeah.
Cool. What is going to happen in the pit? I don't know. I don't know.
Sure.
So for anybody who's new to Pit People, all of the stuff, we call it a fast-paced, turn-based game because all of the things that the characters are doing here, that the players are doing, is they're telling their characters where to go, and all the characters have different strategic reasons for going somewhere. So if you put your melee fighter next to another guy, you don't have to tell that melee fighter to hit him. We all know he's going to hit him. What else is he going to do? But if he's got 2 or 3 guys around him, he's going to start dividing his hits. He's going to decide who he needs to hit, and that's where defense starts to come in. But if they have if they have explosives or something, you can't keep your guys together like that. So that's when it starts to get complicated real quick in terms of strategy, but not on input. So that's how these guys are able to make really quick turns.
All right. Here we go. Everyone's ready. Matt's ready.
Sketched Philo versus Matt. What will happen? I have no idea because I don't actually know what either side is bringing. Let's find out what they're bringing.
Well, we saw Sketched Philo's team earlier.
Oh, is he doing the same one?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
He's doing the mushrooms with the kobolds and the mortars and that cupcake.
Oh, this is a dangerous map. Okay.
And I believe this was
is the same
team
matchup.
Yeah,
Matt was being a good sport about it, not exploiting that info.
Look how
yeah,
colorful.
something happened here. I don't know what, It looks like something with missiles and a birthday party.
I love it. That's my kind of party.
These explosive barrels, they can go off at any time. You can see that they've got health bars. Yes, they are actually explosive barrels. We have 2 mortar users again. Mortars are kind of popular today, and we got the kobolds coming out that are made for swarming.
Yeah.
So if they can catch people out in the open, although there's some choke points here, so it'd be interesting to see how they get used. Like I mentioned earlier, characters cost different amounts to have on your team. You get a total of 6 slots, and right here Cyclops is 2. Wow, look at that name. And then we have
so pretty.
We have the
Rainbow
Troll,
has,
which also takes 2.
Yeah, Rainbow has matches the level.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
My bad.
Matches this level.
He does. This is actually quite good. I hope he does a good job because this is for him. So we've got right back here.
Gaia.
We've got the Stinger. I believe that mortar is called, and the Stinger has the ability to blind, which is actually fairly unique to that weapon in particular.
And what does blinding a fighter mean, Dan?
Blinding a fighter gives them a high ability to miss. As you see right there's a little sweat mark, and Horatio missed when he struck at that kobold.
And just like a lot of the stuns and other utility items, that's really just for that one turn, right? It looks like by the next turn, that'll be gone.
I have to check the balance on it. I'm pretty sure that it'll be gone. I think 2 might be maximum, and it rolls between it. I don't know. It's been a while since I've worked on the 1,500 items.
Yeah,
Pit People.
1,500 plus.
Yes, 1,500 plus. That is true. Game's not done. We're still working on it for anybody tuning in. It's available on Steam Early Access, and
Xbox One game preview.
That is correct. You can grab it on either one of those. Oh my goodness. Oh, Pipistrella is in danger right
Yeah.
off the bat.
See, that's what those kobolds are really great for. Like you said, they swarm, they just surround,
Yeah.
single out a fighter.
Well, not only that, but the Stinger, it has AoE and it can do friendly fire, so the Stinger has actually blinded the mushroom.
Right.
I'm not 100% sure if that's going to mean he's going to miss his farts. I don't think he's...
I think generally farts have friendly fire anyway.
Yeah, let's see what he does. And actually, Rainbow Horse, which is the Cyclops...
Rainbow Huss.
Rainbow Huss?
Yeah.
Oh, Rainbow Huss, okay. Is in a pretty good spot, so that he actually has to back off. Sketch Philo has to back off that mushroom because the mushrooms take bonus damage from mallets, and Rainbow Huss is using a mallet. So more friendly fire from those mortars coming in, just nailing. They're going for Pip, and they're I guess they're going with the. It's an okay risk because they have a cupcake, so that cupcake is healing each one of these little guys.
Yeah. And that's interesting. We had a conversation the other day. Depending on the type of strategy you want to do, I generally don't like to bring cupcakes, other than recently, just because I like to go on the offense. But I've noticed a lot recently that in PvP, people are bringing in those cupcakes.
Yeah.
And it's kind of worth the risk.
Yeah, it can be. You know,
Yeah.
if you can heal that key unit, you know,
Yeah.
because you know, there's no other way to undo it really,
Right.
unless you're using something like the troll down there. The troll regenerates every turn.
Right. And,
If he's hurt.
and the reason why I don't generally bring cupcakes is because once they get to a very low health point, they just explode.
Yeah,
So
they
that's something that
regenerate.
people
They
might not
regenerate slowly, but yeah, they once they're low, you know, they kind of become a target.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of the time, by the time they get low, if you've been protecting them, they're actually done some serious work by then. Cupcake's kind of out in the middle, but you know, Matt is fairly outnumbered.
Yeah, he's going for those mortars first.
Yeah, I think you know the tough one here for Matt is he's invested 2 characters that are each worth 2, and then we've got the opposite on Sketch Philo's team, right? He's gone for the swarming,
Right.
and he's just got so many characters.
Yeah.
So it's going to be hard for Matt to focus anything down, and the only sustain Matt has is on that troll, but I think that's still pretty close. I mean, if you look at HP, it's pretty much 1-to-1, you know, because those guys are tanky. The trolls, the Cyclops are real tanky.
Yeah. And I mean, his Horatio has that ability to stun as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Matt decides he's going to be going for here. Looks like he's spreading his damage around. I'm not really exactly sure what he's going for, but I know he's got a strategy in there. He's always got a strategy.
Let's take a look at the poll in the Twitch chat. Let's see. It looks like majority of the people are voting for Sketch Philo. So.
Oh wow.
Man, everyone is voting against
Oh,
us today.
he's pretty well known, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean these guys are well known though. You know, Matt's kind of the sleeper hit right now.
Yeah.
So we've got Chubbs here doing about 19% of the team's damage on there. So that mushroom's been doing some serious work. Let's see here. And these kobolds, you know, they're not doing all that much, but they add up. You know, when you add them all together. Face Changer's been doing some great stuff. 30%. Is that true?
Face Changer. That's an awesome name. I want
Yeah.
to have that name. It's true. You could put
Yeah,
any face.
like who wants to fight Face Changer? I don't.
You could put any face on Face Changer.
Huh. Wow. So look at that full surrounding ratio. I mean, and how else wouldn't they be able to manage that? I guess because there's just so many characters out in the open right now, which is exactly what the kobolds want. And they have their little cupcake buddy, but the cupcake's blind, so that should be interesting.
Yeah, it could direct its frosting to anybody.
Yeah.
And just to let you guys know, if you hear any like snorting sounds, that's Penelope, Dan's pug, and she's just having a nice little nap on the couch with us.
Yes, she's also in Pit People as a helmet.
So is Winston, right?
Yes, they're both in the game. You can find them.
Oh, those kobolds.
Yeah, those kobolds are just adding up. The cupcake, it's hard for Matt to target that cupcake. Because it's just in the middle of everything.
Yeah.
Like I was saying earlier, you don't pick your target unless you isolate them. So, that's the real strength of these little kobolds. They just have these tiny knives. They don't do that much damage. Even though Face Changer is managed pretty good. So is Stump. Yeah. There's Linky Winky.
Yes, fun fact. Linky Winky is based off of one of the sounds that the emissary makes, which is voiced by Dan.
That's correct.
Yeah, you want to do a little demonstration
it's
of the
so
emissary?
hard to do that character.
You have to you get really nasal. I don't know if it's nasally or it's like.
Well, you have to start with that.
It's like there you go.
You guys might recognize that throat clear, which is the emissary coming to tell you things.
Yeah, giving the Emperor's orders. Oh, goodbye, Horatio.
It's looking tough here for Matt right now.
Bleak.
He's got that.
There's a lot of blind.
Really interesting.
A lot of blind fighters on that map, though.
Yeah, that's all friendly fire from Combo.
Is it Combo or is it?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Gaia.
No.
Gaia.
I was looking the wrong.
Sorry,
one.
I was like,
that's Gaia.
I remember thinking Gaia is an awesome name. Very nature friendly.
Yeah, he's blinding everybody. Let's see what Rainbow Huss has been up to. He's managed 144 damage. It's pretty crazy. That's a lot of damage coming out of somebody. Let's see. Yeah, Chubb's 86 damage. What is this? Not a troll, which is a troll. 114 damage. That's clever there. That is, yeah. So when you in Pit People, any kind of creature you run across, you can add to your team by recruiting them. And the Pelvis, that's that guy's name. And there's just tons of names that they could have, and they could apply to anything. So not a troll could be a man. It could be a cupcake.
Yeah.
In this case. Matt found a troll called Not a Troll, and that's
perfect.
fun. Yeah, so when you get your own guys on your own squad, they start to be.
And a lot of them are like different colored, like Rainbow Huss or Not a Troll, and those are rare. So if you see something that's out there, a lot of people tend to recruit based off names, not just the creature.
Yeah.
Not just the fighter types.
We got Power Toes with the shaky name. You can even find a shaky name.
Oh. Not a troll.
Not a troll, look out. I'm not too worried about Not a Troll just yet. He's only got kobolds on him. Although he's not going to be... There's a cupcake right there. I think the cupcake's sealing the deal because the troll cannot focus down any of the kobolds. And the cupcake's in the back line healing him. The only one that can reach the cupcake is Rainbow Huss, who may be better served trying to kill Chubbs because that is the strategic advantage. The mallet getting bonus damage right there.
Yep. And on top of that, I mean, Chubbs is also the hero, so it's sometimes nice to try to get that hero out of the way. If you're a hero, then that means you have higher health points as well as ability to attack.
Full surround on Not a Troll right there. Using the cupcake. The
trapping
cupcake
him.
to do it.
Trapping him.
Now that's going to be an interesting decision because, that there's so much friendly fire coming from those mortars, but it's actually paying off.
Yeah.
They might end up killing their cupcake with the mortars by accident. You never really know. It's a gamble. You gotta find out.
And for those of you who haven't really played Pit People very often, the way that we call it a strategic game of positioning because you could single out an enemy fighter, but the way that the hair troll is positioned right now, it could hit anybody. So even if Matt wanted to hit that cupcake, it's difficult because it can't predict who it's going to hit.
And that was an advanced move by Sketch Philo there. He knew that AoE was coming in, and he moved his cupcake away and then back. So he let the firing go on and then bring him back in to heal.
Yeah. That is
Matt
something
got
everyone
lucky
can do.
and hit him anyway, though.
Yeah, that is something that everyone can do.
Look at this move.
Wow.
Backing everything off and going right after. Huh. Yeah, so Matt's got decisions to make now. He either chases after. Oh, this is interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah, those kobolds can walk pretty far in one turn.
Well, this is curious now. So one Sketch Philo can hang out and heal up his kobolds if he wants to. But Matt is encroaching on the ranged fighters. So now he's sort of forcing Sketch Philo to come back and engage. That's really interesting decisions here. We'll see what they do now, because right now Matt is within the minimum range of the mortars, which means the only choice they have is to either run away or melee with kind of not so great melee. What's going on there? And they meleeed. They did their little wiggle animation. Oh, is it gonna happen?
Oh, close.
They are really low.
Yeah.
Really low. Kobolds are gonna be able to reach though with that really quick movement. They move 4.
Yeah. And now Sketch Philo has separated Matt's fighters.
Back to being surrounded, and it's really interesting. Sketch Philo is doing a lot of somewhat risky moves by bringing a cupcake in the surround, bringing a mortar in the surround, but I think it's paying off. Mm-hmm. Really interesting choices here. We'll see what Matt does there. He's got 2 mortar users that are really low surrounding that troll. Is he gonna move him? I don't know. No, he does not.
No. Oop. Interesting.
Yeah, and Sketch is just going for, now he's got the full surround.
Yeah.
That's scary. I think he's moving the cupcake up there. Oh, the troll goes down. That was not good.
Goodbye, not a troll.
And now
now you're really not a troll.
Yeah,
You're
and we
just
got
dead.
see now we got the it's interesting. Going for the cupcake. Can he get the cupcake? Nope. Almost. Really low on that cupcake, but now he's gonna get surrounded as well. I think that this one.
Sketch Philo is already claiming his victory in the Discord.
Is he? Team HP is pretty close, but yeah, it's looking kind of tough strategically for Matt here. We'll see. What does he choose to do?
Looks like Matt may not be undefeated after all.
Oh, the dodge. The kobold dodges the mallet, which would have killed him. Yeah. Kobolds do have an innate dodge chance. There's also some weapons that you can, give characters, like a light sword will also grant some dodge chance, and there's some creatures that can dodge. But kobolds have a pretty high dodge chance. I think pixies are the only ones that really have them beat.
Yeah, it's amazing. Sketch Philo only had 1 fighter die, which was the mushroom.
Yeah, the hero.
The hero, yeah. Let's see.
What's Matt gonna do here? What's he doing? He's thinking.
He's thinking very, very.
He's thinking.
I think he can only move 2 hexes, so.
Yeah.
It's really limited on where he can go.
Yeah, he's got a heavy character. You can get a Cyclops to move 3 if you give him something like a medium sword. That's something I like to do, and it's not really all that common, but it's fun to have a Cyclops that moves 3 because people don't expect it, and it's a really scary sort of mobile fighter. But you lose that damage.
It still has that potential to knock.
Yeah, it can knock
enemies
back.
as well.
But you lose that mallet bonus damage on armor. It doesn't really serve any purpose other than flat damage at that point. So it's not all that popular, but I like it. It's fun. Is this kobold going down? Nope.
Oh.
Almost. He's so close. Let's see. 298 damage coming out of
Sketch Philo.
Rainbow Husk there, but 254.
It almost seemed like Sketch was just waiting for him to.
Wanted that?
Yeah, he wanted him in the corner. All right, good job to Sketch Philo.
Yeah,
Congrats.
you finally stopped Matt's murderous undefeated streak. Look at that damage there.
And we're gonna save this replay as well.
Yeah. That heal really was, I think that heal right there was really what was working out for Sketch so well. Otherwise, they were pretty neck and neck in a lot of the categories.
So Matt wanted to say his team was a hard counter to mine. I picked the same team I fought him with last time. Since I saw his team, I wanted to keep it fair, even though I knew it would be a bad matchup for me. Since he knew that the community players have been asked not to change their team, so. Yeah, but
Oh, there we go.
there we go. All right, so next we're gonna
Look at
invite.
the damage on Rainbow Husk. But see that? Look at that. You see that damage right there, and then you got the heal from the pelvis, just
The pelvis.
undoing that serious damage that he brought. And I think that's part of that counter he was talking about.
Yeah. All right. They have to control it. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh right,
All
so we're
right.
spectator.
So we're gonna bring in Logipath next. And
Okay. Good game.
And I'm gonna change up the Twitch poll again. So the devs versus Logipath. It's open, but please wait until you see the team before you guys vote. Alright.
Might start a new lobby. I don't know. I'm not getting the.
You may just have to leave and come back and invite if Sketch is not coming out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll restart the room here.
Alright, and just to let you guys know, we mentioned that Pit People is on sale right now, which is great because if
Sorry,
you guys
who
are
was
looking
next?
for last minute holiday gifts. But we also have Pit People figurines that are up in our online store now. I think those came out at PAX West or PAX East. But
it's
now
all a blur to me.
Yeah, but now they're up in our online store if you want to get your own Horatio, Pipistrella, or Yosef. So check that out.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah. Okay. And then we've got Logipath. Just some background info. Logipath has been playing since early summer of 2017. So, just the middle of this year.
He
Early
knows
access-
what he's doing. He's got
Yeah.
about 305 hours in the game, and usually by that point, people have been doing PvP a little while. So
Yeah.
we'll see. It'll be interesting to see what happens here. And now we got Matt's at what right now? Is it 1-1?
Pardon?
1-1 for Matt right now.
Yeah. He's won one and lost one.
Yeah.
So we'll see how he does. And just to give you guys some background info on Matt, Matt's been playing about, I think he told me 1,000 hours on Steam and probably like double on Xbox One.
Yeah. Although granted, that's not in PvP directly. It's
Right.
QA here.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So Matt's team.
Sorry.
It's all right. Matt's team, we've got Horatio, Pipistrella, Yosef, 2 Wraiths,
Wow, look
and
at
a
this.
Pixie.
Oh wow.
And
So
then
okay.
we've got on Logipath's team, we've got 2 Octoclopses, a Pixie, and the 3 humans.
Look how powerful those wraiths are. We've got one that's been doing arms,
Burrito.
burrito, and then we've got
I've read that as Buttrito.
Mrs. Lightfoot has been working on the abs. All right, so wow, and we get 2 Octoclops. Yeah, a lot of interesting characters right now. So wraiths are known for being able to fire these skulls. You'll see one come out right now. Boom, and it misses it because the pixie dodges. Wraiths are able to debuff characters a percentage of their damage, so the more damage they do, the more they get debuffed. The Octoclopses are able to confuse, and confuse makes a fighter unable to determine who's good, who's bad, so you might want to run a confused fighter away from anybody they can hurt on your side. And then they can also paint a character, so if they paint a character, then your team will just regard them as an enemy, and you'll have your formation kind of messed up. So we've got that Pixie who's confused.
Right.
Gonna have to be careful placement with Australopithecus. And then, okay, so then we've got, these characters are kind of similar from the previous comp Matt was using. Must be the backbone he's got that he's building off of. And then we've got Willow in the back here, just waiting to throw these What Did You Say, which is the name of those bombs. Or what did you, is that what it, what did you call me? What did you say? What are they called?
I'm not sure.
Oh.
I believe they are what did you say?
I think they're What Did You Say as well. I'm not sure.
Yeah, what did
There's
you
so
say
many items in
throwing
Pit
bubbles.
People order today. Yeah, so 2 pixies now. That's interesting. So there's a pixie on a pixie. We'll see how that goes. Pixies are able to fly, so or hover really. So you can see that Logipath has put his pixie over the spikes, which would normally hurt
Right.
someone, and the Octoclops also able to float, and the Wraith's able to float. So there's a lot of hovering units right now.
Yeah.
And they can hover over fire, so the pixie fire is only really going to be hurting anybody that has feet. and feet and walks on the ground, because I guess the Wraith technically have feet.
Yeah. They're little footsies right there.
Man, Burrito is all kinds of weird. He's got a butt face and a really strong arm, and his feet are skeletal. Really interesting stuff going on.
Matt's got 2 buff boys right here.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I think that's Mrs. Lightfoot, though, up there with the Cyclops mask. Pretty sure.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Buff wraiths. Pardon.
Yeah, so... Oh, man. Yeah, it's interesting. So wraiths are good against lightning, whereas the pixies are bad against lightning. And we've got the...
Sword of Zeus again.
Is that the sword? Is that the knife of Zeus? I guess it is, yeah. We got the knife of Zeus being used by Murderella. Good name. I like that. So Murderella's not going to do very well against the wraiths. But she will be good at chasing down that pixie. And on Matt's team, does he have? Yeah, he has 2. He has 2 electric. So we got that other pixie, that red pixie, needs to look out for Matt's electrical units there. Maybe, I don't know. Who knows? And then we've got what's going on with the Octoclops? They're just hanging out, causing trouble, and they are at full health. The Octoclops are kind of squishy fighters. One really interesting thing about Wraith is the Wraith doesn't normally target like a lot of the ranged fighters in Pit People, where the Wraith actually prefers fighters that are slightly farther away rather than up close. Something like an Uzi or an arrow user would go for the closest because it's more accurate and everything. But the Wraith is actually going to be going for backline stuff. So sometimes Wraiths will be harassing cupcakes or things that people weren't necessarily hoping would be happening. So Wraiths can be kind of interesting. They also have a melee that has a chance of debuffing, but not quite as much. And so Pipistrella's caught herself in some trouble, but that's not all that awful because there's not any helmets for Pipistrella to be going after, although that electricity against a pixie would be beneficial. I'm trying to remember what the current version of Octoclopses are with electricity, but I don't remember, so I'm just not going to say it because I've been Balancing stuff.
Yes.
So let's see, who's this? Wolf Fightmaster has been absolutely singled out by
Matt's team, yeah.
five characters. Holy cow! He took a lot of damage that turn. Damage is really close though. You can see down at the bottom the HP is pretty close. The damage for each team, 59 versus 63 damage. I mean, pretty good fight going on right now. Wolf Fightmaster getting singled out and Pipistrella getting singled out. Both of those characters need to be a little more careful. We also got Yosef and Australopithecus getting a little low, but nothing too scary yet. Although Yosef is being technically focus fired right now.
Right.
Pixie kind of misses. Yosef does a counter hit and hurts himself, so he took a lot of damage on that turn right there.
Logipath's Octoclops has also turned Matt's Pixie red.
Two of them.
And his Wraith, yeah.
He's got the Wraith and the Pixie
Lightfoot
painted. That's gonna be rough for Matt there. Let's see what he chooses to do. He's not gonna be hitting any of his own guys by accident, it looks like. So that's good. But now those characters are kind of singled out for the next turn. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, with that Yosef, if he tosses those, then it's a lot easier than having it be melee weapons.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to use the M80s up close. But there is a counter chance on those weapons. So if they hit you, sometimes they'll force you to melee back, which is what happened right there. And we got the Pixie debuffed too, actually. This Pixie's debuffed, so we'll see how Gorilla does. That's a good name for a Pixie.
According to the Twitch poll, it was 75% votes towards Logipath. So
wow.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, these guys
community
have some serious following here.
Yeah, community players getting some community love.
Poor Matt.
And I'm gonna close that Twitch poll now.
Even with a victory against Kiek, Matt still manages to get votes against him. That's interesting, but maybe Logipath has claimed a lot of heads in the arena, and that might be a big part of why he's getting all this support here. And he is doing quite well, I have to say. The fight's close, but a little bit in Logipath's favor in terms of hard numbers.
Yeah. Just looking at the team HP right now too.
But I've seen some crazy comebacks, so I never really commit to who's got it or not until it's pretty much over. Got a stun on that Octoclops and a debuff on the other, although the debuff ain't gonna do anything on the Octoclops really. But got a debuff on the bomb user here, which is a big deal, I think. We've also got a debuff on Matt's shield user up there, which I believe is Horatio. He's got that helmet on, which gives him defense, but the debuff takes a lot of that away, so he's not really being protected by that helmet right now, thanks to the friendly splash of his Wraith. Because those skulls do explode, they can claim another person for debuff, and there is friendly fire on those. A lot of pretty much all explosives in Pit People have friendly fire, which is something to consider when building your team. If you do a bunch of friendly fire, you might actually be hurting some of your own guys. And we got a double kill from Logipath on Matt's team. He lost his Pixie and Yosef in one go. Yosef actually hung on longer than I thought. That Pixie missed on the last round, but Gorilla. Let's see how Gorilla's doing. Gorilla's still doing pretty good, so Gorilla's formidable with that 54 damage coming out of him. Let's see how these guys are doing. Horatio's doing great. Everybody's doing pretty great. Wow, 71 from Burrito. Burrito's been doing work.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Murderell at 36, just to give you a comparison there. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, who doesn't love a good burrito, right?
Yeah, burritos they can be great. Be great, and then this time around, yeah, Burrito was great.
Yes. Apparently, there's a lot of burrito talk in the Twitch chat.
Is there?
What's your favorite burrito, Dan? Go.
California. I'm in California. I gotta love a California burrito.
So quick. Yeah, mine's just the Autobata. So good.
Not
Spicy
bad.
pork.
Put me on the spot. What if I didn't like burritos?
Who
They do like
doesn't like
California.
burritos in San Diego?
Yeah, that's true. Careful with
based in San
burritos,
Diego.
though, folks. They have enough calories to last you the whole day. Let's see.
All right. Matt
wow.
decided to bring Horatio
Just
through
really
the fire.
going for it. Yeah, he's just went through the fire. Two sets of fire to go for that Pixie. He wants that Pixie
luckily
on.
that's his hero too. So
yeah, he
that
wants
helps.
that Pixie out of there. I mean, I can't blame him. You know, got to go for that thing.
That Pixie fire.
And he has the distance that he can cover as a hero character. But my goodness.
Logipath is about to go after that Horatio.
Yeah, that's the tough thing about Pit People. You know, you can't choose your targets, but when they're singled out like that, you can. And he got focus fired. Hopefully that hit was worth it on Gorilla.
Logipath pretty much brought everyone over just in case. You know, it's
Really interesting though. You know, Logipath has a lot of characters that are barely hanging on. Look at those HP bars down those guys. And Matt is doing the old kite maneuver. It looks like something that anybody who's playing in quests and story might have already known. The Wraiths will kind of back off and shoot you with those skulls, just forcing you to come after them.
Yep.
And that seems that looks like where this might be going. Although Wraiths have a lot of utility. I mean, if he wants to go for those backline fighters, he can. Whereas a lot of ranged characters wouldn't have that ability. Confused, so you can't really put them right next to each other.
Yeah.
Well, he could actually. You could still roll the dice. It's a 50-50 on whether or not he's gonna go for his buddy. But in that case, he prefers the farther range, and bam, there goes Murderella. Murderella's down.
Murderella.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was not Murderella. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I don't know your name. I don't know who you were.
That poor soul.
Yeah,
it just left this world without anyone knowing its name. It's okay, we're saving the replay, so we'll be able to figure out their name later.
So actually a paint. Right. A paint on one.
Yeah, Matt's down to one fighter for this turn then.
What's he gonna do? Who's he going for? Murderella? Oh, it looks like at that distance it's gonna be a roll of the dice. Oh
no!
Oh, and the paint. Paint. But the splash damage takes somebody out. So Matt did get another kill on there. Team HP is so low for both teams, and even though there's all these red fighters, they are all really low. So, whoops, there. Oh, heavens to Betsy! A double kill from the Octoclops. Amazing.
Congrats to Logipath on your win.
Really good. Look at that. Okay, so
thanks again to Matt.
Looks like Matt had a lot more mitigation going on there, but Logitpath had about 100 more damage, and that seemed to be what sealed the deal. 193 utility on both teams, 1-to-1. Look at that. That utility was equally matched, and with such different characters too. Alright, I can't do anything. Let's see. Burrito. Man, Burrito, you were the MVP.
Yes. Again.
And
You're
Joker,
always my
Joker,
MVP.
surprisingly, I was not expecting Joker to be the MVP on Logitech's team. Or
Well,
Logitech,
probably...
Logitpath.
Sponsored by.
And look at that. Nobody really,
Yeah.
nobody huge on the damage. He
It's
split
pretty
it
even,
all
yeah.
across. It was
But,
really
you know,
Gorilla that was doing the damage
Yeah,
there.
but Joker probably did a lot of confuse and painting. So.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of utility coming out of there. But that interesting split on the damage there. Burrito had the most damage out of the whole fight. Or just a nice little regular Wraith.
Alright, so next up we have Rocknick. And thank you again to Logitpath.
Yeah, really interesting fight back there. Good job.
Alright, so
now our undefeated Matt has some work to do. He's 1-2 right now. Let's see what happens.
yes. Dan's got a little tally on his
I'm marking
notepad.
this down like Santa Claus. All right. Cool. So who is next?
Next we have Rocknick. So Rocknick is
Oh.
the partner of Kiak generally for their 2v2s, but we were only doing 1v1, so they got split up.
Not seeing Rocknick.
Rocknick, where are you? Oh, you know what?
Oh,
Hold
there
on.
he is. There he is.
Yeah,
There he
sorry,
is.
hold
I was. He's got a colored name. I was using the color codes, so
Yeah.
I was looking for an R, and
Yeah.
should have looked for a caret W. He's gonna have a wavy name.
Alright. And if you guys have any questions, I know we've been sort of just focused on the fights during the fights, but if you guys have questions, we can always try to answer them in between.
Yes.
during-
Ask us things, and we will
when
answer
you're in the
them.
lobby. Just put them into the comments or chat. And Rocknick is coming in. Alright. So let's pull up. And Rocknick has been playing since before Update 1, which probably means around February or January.
Yeah.
And again, he's friends with Kiak, the first/second player earlier.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, Kiak and Rocknick do a lot of 2v2, and people fear their combinations. Their teamwork is OP.
I've definitely lost to Rocknick and Kiak before. It was
Yeah, they're
it's
not.
devastating.
It's not an easy time against these guys. So Rocknick will definitely be bringing something.
And
to be,
yeah, just to let you guys know, this sort of reminded me the fact that he's been playing since before Update 1, which is what he let us know, by the way. It's not just a random thing that I pull out of nowhere. But we recently had our Update 5. I believe that was like November? October? But
I don't know. It's all blurry.
yeah,
to
it's
me.
all a blur now. Early access has been awesome, seriously.
It's been great.
And we announced recently that our next update is going to be the full release.
That is
So,
correct.
Yeah.
We'll be finishing that story that everybody's asking us to complete. We've been working on it for a while, so there's going to be some goodness coming out of that. And we've estimated first 3 months of 2018. So that is very close to now.
I don't know if we said
I'd
3
say.
months,
Pretty
but yeah.
close. I think
yeah,
we
somewhere-
did. I think we said something like
early
that.
2018.
Did we? Okay.
But all right, let's look at
The first 5
Rocknick.
seconds. Okay. Oh, it's okay. Look, we got the. Wow. So we've got Electrobots and Gnomes. 2 things that anybody just tuning in, not knowing much about Pippi. This is brand new here. We haven't had any on the stream yet. Electrobots have 2 sort of choices. They can do chain lightning, and every other hex, it could chain to somebody. And as you can see right there, the Gnomes fling. They can fling units in, but Gnomes are also mechanics, so they can heal these Electrobots.
Right.
So on the blue team, we have 2 healers, which is the gnomes. You go 2 for the price of 1, and they will be healing the electrobots, but there will not be any healing for the mushroom, Pipistrella, or Horatio, these humans right here.
And just to add on to what Dan said, the gnomes can fling fighters that are 1 slot. So they wouldn't be able to fling any Cyclopses or Gorgons and such.
Yeah, an interesting choice. So I'm used to seeing Rocknick wielding the gnomes and the electrobots to some extent. But this time Rocknick is using mortar users, which have who's this Babaga using Rocco's
face and PJ's face.
And PJ's face is on, was that Zoldazort?
Yeah.
Yep, Zoldazort. And lots of humans going on. There's 2 mace users, which is pretty tough for Guapa. Guapa the mushroom is against her weakness.
Yeah.
We also have a mallet user on Matt's team and a helmet user right there named Orthogon.
Yeah. And Guapa the mushroom, just to let you guys know, those poison farts are actually, those electrobots are immune to the poison. Guapas.
Yeah, they can sit in the poison and they don't have lungs, so they're cool. They can just sit in the poison all day. Really interesting combinations that you can build with this. And as I mentioned earlier, anybody who hasn't heard it, you can, when you're playing pit people and you're going out adventuring in the world doing quests or whatever, you can recruit any creature you run across pretty much. And if you like their name, if you like their look, if you like what they're carrying, you can recruit them and either use them or what they've got. Yeah. And so Guapa, all these characters have been recruited by the players. Ignatius Diddles, I believe, is a quest character.
Oh.
But it's colored, so maybe I'm wrong about that. What's going on there? Tiny Teeth and Quiku. Quiku is actually just some random name I'd call Penelope, my pug.
Aw, Quiku.
Good old little Quiku.
She's sitting right here. She's
I don't know why.
sleeping.
It just, she responded to it. Alright, so what's going on here? We've got, actually, everybody's damage is kind of spread, although we do have Immortal being targeted first, which is an interesting predicament.
Not sure if Immortal's gonna live up to his name.
Yeah, Immortal's got the 2 gnomes though that he can fall back on if he needs to, but he's going right in there. He's going right for the chain lightning.
Yeah.
Maybe looking to hit, I don't know, with this placement he could hit 3 different guys.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to chain lightning these guys, which would then go 1 there, and then unfortunately can't go back to the same fighter.
There we go.
Yeah, stopped there thankfully, and got the stun on,
that's
which
actually
is pretty rare chance. Actually, that's like a 2-3% chance. Got real lucky on that one. Yep, not bad.
Matt needs a win right now.
Yeah, he needs that
Matt
win.
is behind.
And he's got a fighter isolated there with the mallet user right there. So we'll see how that goes. Rocknick totally unfazed, moving out real quick, knows exactly what he wants to do, and he's just going for that line right there. He's going for the gnome, he's going for the mallet user. He's making it hard to single anybody out.
Yeah, he's got those energy mortars, NRG. And just to pull up the Twitch chat poll again, everyone has been voting for the community players, which is really cool, but this is actually the highest vote for a community player. Right now, we've got 77% voting for Rocknick in the Twitch chat, so we'll see how you do, Rocknick. Community is rooting for you, so, alright. Oh, hi, Penelope. Penelope just woke up. Hi there. Alright, Matt's got that chain lightning again, and he's using his gnomes to heal his Electrobot right over here. This is Immortal. Keeping him immortal for now.
Yeah, this is a pretty close fight. Everybody's sort of all over the place. I mean, every turn we've been all over this map. You know, everybody's trying to focus each other's weaknesses down, and they're all mobile. Everybody's pretty mobile, and with the gnome flings, I mean, those guys can fling anybody, anywhere, at any time.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, these maps are randomly generated, so this map is fairly open and actually pretty good.
Randomly generated within a playlist.
Right, but what I mean is like it's not as heavily filled with obstacles like some of the other maps.
Yeah, this is just open.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
on
only
that side,
the only thing you can really do chokes on is in the middle here. This is the kind of map a kobold or zombie user might be really happy to see because there's not too much to hide from them for. But with this one, we've just got sort of standard fighters that don't really care one way or another, and they're just sort of dancing around each other trying to find that perfect positioning to get one another. When the Electrobot melees, there's a much higher chance that he'll stun. So you can sort of trade it out. If you want more damage, you can do a chain lightning, and if you want to try and just sort of sacrifice some of that damage and get a stun, you can try and melee. That's what he tried doing there.
Ooh, and Rocknick's energy mortar just hit Immortal again. So
Immortal's just taking those hits. Yeah.
He's still holding
hanging
up strong.
on.
Yeah.
Let's see what the healing's going on here. 7. Only 7 healing from the gnome so far. I guess. Well, now they're kind of moving around together. We'll see how that healing adds up. One gnome is only half a slot power of healing, so not gonna, he's gonna help him hang on a little bit, but he's not really gonna, it's not gonna save the day. 4 though, and now he's got 11 heal on Immortal, so he's just hanging on there. He's not getting singled out too much. We've got a lot going on around the mushroom. Oh, actually, he's backing off, only doing the mallet user. That's actually pretty good because, everybody eating poison every turn. That can be tough. But sometimes you got to do that. He's bringing somebody else in to help. Who's coming in to help there? Oh, the hero. Oh man, double mallet on there.
Yeah. Oh, mortar.
Yeah. So, yeah. Guapa's done 95 damage though. That's like pretty darn good.
Yeah, and if you actually can you hold one of the stat screens to explain the stats, like Guapa's?
Oh.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, so Pipistrelle's done 54 flat damage and 19% of the team's damage right there, so she's doing pretty good. And down there's defense, so she's hasn't mitigated all that much.
That's like a heavy shield too, right?
Yeah, it's heavy shield. I don't think she's getting targeted by the mortars that much, so she's not really blocking that much projectile. Immortal's hanging on there. He's got his little support group going on. We got Guapa doesn't seem to care that there's 2 mallet users, and the 2 mallet users back off. It looks like they've decided that they're going to go for the blue hero on this turn. Yeah. And probably, and maybe a good call because the mushroom cannot catch back up over there. Although there is one way that the mushroom could, or I guess one character could catch up, but.
Guapa is starting to bleed now, though. But looks like Matt is gonna send Guapa somewhere.
Yeah.
We'll see where he. We'll see where he lands.
Oh, going right there, right into the fray. Oh my goodness. Very. Very aggressive play, right in the middle of the.
But those are.
That's where a mushroom's best at home, I guess. So now the mushroom's back, where Rocknick kind of, I don't know if I'd call it retreated, but refocused his characters too, and Matt's he's just on it. Immortal's still hanging on, so Immortal is earning that name. Yeah. I have to say.
Yeah. One of my favorite fighter names is Alive for Now.
Yeah, that's a good one. And you don't feel so bad when they lose them.
Yeah.
Rocknick's having a bit of a hard time on the hard numbers, but strategy-wise, it could still swing around. We'll see how it goes.
It's interesting that Matt has kept his other gnome away from his Electrobots for now too.
Yeah, I found that interesting. I think what he's doing is keeping the ability to move someone back over to the other side of the fight because, I mean, if you look at this, there's a lot going on over here.
Goodbye, Immortal.
Yeah, Immortal finally, look at that. There he is.
Everyone goes sometimes. It's okay.
Nobody's
You're
ever
only
really gone
human?
though, right? Okay, so wow, lots of interesting choices right now. A lot of low fighters on Rocknick's team. It looks like they're gonna hold on a little bit, but probably not for Orthogon. Orthogon needs a miracle right now. Let's see what happens. Well, you know, even though Yosef was low, Yosef is still in the fight. Babaga still hanging out there because Babaga is just not a priority target, although 67 damage is still nothing to sneeze at. Got the two mortar users doing about 100 damage together, 110 damage total. Everybody's damage output right now though has been pretty close. We had 20 and 26, and now we've got 48. Wow, 48 coming from Rocknick there.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Pretty good, especially for being
outnumbered.
outnumbered
Send Guapa
there.
out again.
Guapa's going somewhere again. Oh, no, never mind.
No ride for Guapa.
Decided against it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You can either use the gnome to fling or heal. You can't do both in that turn. So
Yeah. And
that's got some decisions.
That's
to
kind
make.
of the interesting thing, right? A lot of people will overlook a gnome because the gnome doesn't have a lot of, flat damage or even all that much, healing on a Electrobot. But when you add all the utility together, it can be really formidable. Having a character just be able to fly across the map is huge because the whole game is about positioning. So being able to fling two fighters for just one slot cost. Wow, deflected both mortar shots.
Yeah, good job,
Unbelievable.
Guapa. It must be that little mushroom on top of his head.
Yeah, it must be giving him a little bit extra inspiration or something like that. We have Tiny Teeth that's been unable to save anybody or do anything on this turn because of that chain lightning that just unfortunately came across and hit. Looks like Rocknick's gonna have a tough time here though. He's only got one fighter that's pretty healthy.
Yeah.
But with the gnomes being able to fling, they might be able to chase him down pretty good. And looks like they're gonna need something good happening here. Gonna melee Babaga, melees Horatio, and he counters with that shield and gets a free shot on Babaga. So there he goes. So sad. It's Rocco. It's Angel Rocco. And
Chaotic Chris in chat said, "I've learned something today. All I need to win is a boatload of stun units." That's not always.
I don't know. That's so true. I mean, I've seen stun teams get mauled. It really all just depends. It really depends. There's a lot more going on there than that. And you cannot chain stun. So. Oh.
Ooh.
What an upset. Just comes up and melees. Just melees the hero.
Forget that range power. No need for that anymore.
Rocknick's still having a bit of fun with it. Just meleeing and murdering. And he might, I think he's going to try and, he's going to try and melee Guapa. And double
he did
kill.
it.
Look at that. Yeah. So Rocknick knows what's going on here. Although, unfortunately, he probably knows that he's not going to be able to get within shooting range, which is really important for a mortar user. So it looks like, unfortunately, his last fighter is a mortar user and is probably in trouble here. I don't know how he's going to get out of this one. Anybody who doesn't recognize this face, this is PJ, the speedrunner. You can see PJ on Twitch doing a great job. He's speedrun BattleBot before.
Congrats to Matt, and thanks again to Rocknick. We will save that replay as well.
Yeah. Interesting spread of damage and everything there. Looks like there wasn't really any anybody pulling extra hard on Rocknick's team. They're all kind of They were all similar and same. Actually, on Matt's team, it looked like Guapo was doing the most damage. MVPP for Horatio, though, with all of that defense right there. Look at that. And you can see the difference in the Electrobots. Immortal did 64 damage, whereas Ignatius Diddles did 103. So double damage almost on Ignatius there. Just had better positioning and better choices. So if you do watch that replay, keep an eye out for what Ignatius versus Immortal does if you're trying to find out how do I do the most damage with Electrobot.
Yeah.
That will be something to look for.
All right, and we're gonna click out of this, and the next person is Trash Panda.
Is
and
this the final battle?
This is
today?
this is the final of our 5 chosen,
Yeah.
and we also have some 5 alternates who are on standby who are ready because
goodness.
it looks like we'll actually have time to fit in some more people.
Holy cow!
So thanks again to Rocknick. You had a good fight, and we'll exit out of this.
Yeah,
so
I
we
can
can
exit,
invite
sure.
Trash Panda.
Okay.
And Dan, we actually had a question in the chat earlier. People are curious how to get, colorful names like Rainbow Huss.
Oh, well, colorful names. There's a chance of finding them, and the best way, aside from trading with people in our Discord or Steam or Xbox forums or whatever you go to, it would be just adventuring outside the walls and going into random battles and trying to find just, it's like a shiny Pokemon. You go and you fight as many things as you can, hoping you find that special one. Some people collect them, though, and you can sometimes trade with them for things they were looking for.
Yeah.
So that's another way of doing it. Colored names were a little more common. Well, they were a lot more common in the initial versions of our early access. So anyone who was playing during that time may have collected more than they need, and they would be willing to just throw you one. So swing by our Discord and say, hey, I need a colored name, please, and maybe someone will help you if you want one right away. Otherwise, good luck finding them. Yes.
Yeah. And for anyone who's just joining us right now, we've got about 40 minutes left to this stream. We're doing Play with the Devs, which is basically us against the community. And right now we've got Matt, our QA specialist, QA generalist.
50-50 chance going.
Yeah, he's over at another office, so he can't hear what we're saying unless he's watching the stream, which means there's a delay. And then he doesn't know what the community players are bringing as well.
Yep, and we don't know which one of his teams he'll be bringing.
Correct. And so basically we'll be going against Trash Panda, and then after that we'll be bringing in the alternates. And that's pretty much it. And so let's get started.
Yes, let us begin.
Let us begin. It's gonna be a musical now. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Let us go win. Let us begin.
And for anybody wondering, this game is available on Steam. It's early access, or you can get it on Xbox One game preview.
Mm-hmm. And it's on. It's part of the Steam Winter Sale right now too.
Yeah, it is. It is part of the Steam Winter Sale. Let's see what we have. Oh,
here we go.
Oh, wow. A Troll Mom and 3 Wraiths. Now, some of you might notice that the Troll Mom is pretty much like the Troll Mom from Castle Crash. So does that mean that little trolls come out of her? Yes, that is true, and that's why she's called Troll Mom. So every turn there is a chance that Troll Mom will spawn a Troll Mini, and that is quite high. You can notice here she takes 3 hexes at once, so she does have a little more difficulty navigating. But that's not so bad, because what her whole thing is spawning celery sticks.
Let's take a look at Matt's team also. Matt has an Octoclops, a Spidar, Pip, Horatio, and Electrobot. I'm guessing that's also Immortal.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is Immortal.
He's brought Immortal back.
Immortal's back.
Lived up
and we
to
got
his
Gunner
name.
the Spidar. Let's see what's going on here. Radman, Blue, and Klotz. And what's our Troll Mom? Sonia.
I love Sonia's hat. It reminds me of like a Ghibli character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. A little straw hat.
Yes.
Yeah, so in Pit People you can customize the look of your characters, including this troll mom. And so Sonia has very lovingly been given that hat by Trash Panda. And so we're going right in there. Troll Mom's just going right in. And one thing, so some people like to keep Troll Mom in the back because she can continually spawn things safely. But Troll Mom does regenerate, and if you're up in the front lines with her, she will be, as you can see, sometimes be shooting some of those guys into the back lines of the enemy. And that's a big deal in Pit People because you cannot choose your targets directly. You can only choose them through positioning. So Horatio has 1, 2, 3 things to choose from. He chose to hit Celery Stick. Celery Stick's out of the battle. That's okay because Troll Mom can make more trolls. And then we have Apples and Cheese in the back here, who's looking to confuse or paint Troll Mom, which could be tough for her because these wraiths might turn on her if she gets painted for a turn. Although, you know, wraiths can always just fly up here and everything, which might be what Matt's trying to do. I don't know. Finata, the Troll Mini, still causing problems and might take away one of the hits of these characters if they stay right there.
Yeah.
This is an interesting choke point. I'd say Trash Panda maybe has an advantage in this choke point. I'm not sure because let's see, we got a ranged fighter on top of a spider.
Yeah. Let's see what the Twitch chat says.
Yeah, what do they think is going to happen?
71%.
Trash Panda is getting 71.4% of the vote. So again, the vote is against Matt, even though Matt has been doing good half the wins now.
Yeah.
So
He's 2 for 2 now.
yeah.
Or 2 for 4.
2
How
for
does it?
2 for 4? Yeah. It's 2 and 2. That's
2 and 2. There we go. English.
So he's not afraid. He's going right in there with Horatio. He went right in there. Everybody's just going for it. They're just going for it. And we got Immortal shooting electricity in there. The unfortunate thing for Immortal is that you can see those little shields coming out of the wraiths. They're resistant to electricity, so it won't be doing as much damage. But he gets the chain stun again.
Oh, actually, that was from.
Horatio.
Yeah.
From Horatio, or maybe perhaps.
No, I think it was Roland. I think it was from Roland.
Socket shooter?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll have to see in that replay.
So Troll Mom's been confused, but that's not going to be worth anything because she's stunned, so she can't do anything, basically. That's just all that means.
Yeah, and again, if you're just tuning in, that confuse means that she could actually attack one of her own. So if Troll Mom wasn't stunned, it might have been actually beneficial for Matt's team.
Yeah. Interesting choices.
Oh, alright, so Matt's actually moving his Electrobot now.
Yeah, Electrobots can teleport, so if there is collision, it doesn't matter. As long as they have the distance, they're going there. And that's an interesting thing about Electrobots. They can just come in, go out. Looks like Klotz has been painted.
So can't do anything this turn.
Yeah. Now, if one thing with the Troll Mom is if you're not guiding your AI characters with the flags, telling them who's a priority target or not, if there is a character that's painted, the Troll Minis will swarm and eat those painted characters for a turn. So you be careful. I've actually seen Troll Moms get painted before, and the Troll Minis eat her alive, which is an awful sight. You don't want to see that. So. Let's see here. Klotz is holding a line, and very painfully so. And Klotz is backing off now because of that. Pretty low health on the hero wraith. So that hero wraith is backing up and going right for the Electrobot. It looks like Troll Mom backed off a little bit too. It looks like Trash Panda is not really feeling like that choke point is worth holding, and it might be a good decision because right now on health, Trash Panda's lower. However, he's got the Troll Mom, which is generating characters which generate health, so it's not so bad right now. It's actually pretty close. And then we have, we have Radman who just got focused and then painted, which is tough, and Troll Mom is stunned. So technically those are 2 stuns on Trash Panda's team of different natures. So there's hard choices now. It's just Klotz and Blue. Klotz and Blue have to decide what they're gonna do. Thankfully, they have not done any friendly fire, so that's worked out just fine. Yeah, Matt's going right in there with his team, though. He's just, yeah, it's tough. It's tough because Trash Panda does not really have much of a front line. Wraiths are sort of harassing units, and Troll Mom is depending on her Troll Minis. And since she was stunned, she didn't make any, and that Chain Lightning took them all down. There's hair all over the ground. It's gross. And we've got the Electrobot still coming up from the back, and 2 stuns going on right now. 1 on Trash Panda, and 1 on Matt with his Horatio character there. Got a painted Wraith too. It's gonna make it sort of interesting. There you go. And now he's just confused. Everything's good to go again, in theory.
I apologize for being a bit silent. I'm doing social media right now.
That is totally fine. Penelope, please don't go into where we're connected to everything. Come here. Come here, Penny. Good girl.
Alright. It looks like Trash Panda is going to focus on Immortal, the Electrobot. All of the fighters.
Oh, wow.
No, wait. No,
Okay.
no, never mind.
Didn't go all in. Decided not to. And then let's see. So that might seal the deal. No, it doesn't, because Wraiths turn and fire behind them. So there wasn't really as much focus fire as we anticipated.
Yeah.
That the let's see what's happening on this. What's happening on the health side here? Let's see. We got
Ian, was that a war cry for Matt's team or for Trash Panda?
Let's see. Well, this is interesting because Pipistrelle's low, Gunner's low, Immortal's low, Radman's low, Blue is low, Sonia's low. Wow. Everybody's low, and so is Klotz. So the only characters that are doing well in terms of health is the Octoclops and that Archer. If that Archer loses the Spider or Transportation, that could be bad news, because Archers can get chased down pretty well. So we'll see what happens. There's gonna be some double kills, I think, maybe even triple kills coming up soon. I'm not sure. We'll see how that goes.
Oh, now we've got Winston. Hello, Winston. Oh, wow.
My goodness.
I'm amazed.
There's some serious focus fire going on.
Yeah, I'm amazed that Wraith survived that.
Yeah,
time.
but that
Who was
lightning,
that?
all that lightning hitting that Wraith, I mean, he was shrugging it off,
Radman.
right?
Radman, you stay rad.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Matt's team has a lot of electricity going on, and Trash Panda's team has electric resist for 3 of the fighters. So a lot of that damage is getting shaved off pretty well. I think you're going to be seeing a lot of big blue bars on the stats for Trash Panda. Win or lose, there's going to be a lot of mitigation going on. And now it's just getting getting hairy with all the hair trolls. Oh my gosh. We've got a confused Troll Mom, which isn't that big of a deal. She's just going to probably back off, maybe. Yep. She's going to back off and spawn some more Troll Minis. And it looks like the rest of Trash Panda's team is going to try and alleviate and just chip away. I mean, everybody right now is just panting and bleeding. It's just awful. It looks like anybody's game right now. It could happen either way. Troll Mom needs to survive just a few more turns to really pull it through. Downside for Troll Mom is if she's dead, then all the Troll Minis go with her. She got stunned, so there's no regen coming out.
Yeah. When did that actually happen? That was actually in a more recent update, right?
Troll Mini stuff?
Yeah.
No, they always do that. It's just like in Castle Crushers when you beat the Troll Mom, all the minis go with her. That's the one bummer about her, but she is hard to take out. I mean, she's pretty buff.
Yeah, she's a beast.
So it looks like the archer lost his safety, so the archer is going to be in an interesting position. There goes the wraith. There goes the wraith. There's the troll mom. So the minis are going with it, and now all that is left is that one poor soul. Well, it's not really a soul; it's a wraith. I don't know. Do they have souls?
He sucks souls.
Yeah.
In original.
Yeah, blue. Ironic on the red team. It's been defeated, and yeah, just like that, all collapsed. It could have been anybody's game there, though. With that, I think if that stun didn't hit the troll mom, he would have regened and maybe made another troll.
Congrats
Whoa,
to
look
Matt.
at that! Look at that!
Yeah, that's amazing, though.
Yeah.
Congrats to Matt, and great job to Trash Panda.
See, look at that blue line. 556 mitigation from Trash Panda, which I think is crazy because Matt still was able to do something with that. It's nuts. And only 100 more damage from Matt, but all that mitigation coming out of Troll Mom. Holy cow.
Yeah, great job again. And again, we're going to be bringing in some additional additional community members who are on standby with their fighters. Splatoon fan 123 is going to come up next. Their Steam name, though, is Anthony the Space Ninja. So that's who you'll be looking
Anthony
for.
the Space Ninja.
Yes.
Look at the damage on Klotz, 130. And then Roland, you're right, 128 damage from Roland. I mean, he was able to fire full all the time because of that Spider. Spider allows an archer to fire full every time because, like I was mentioning on the first battle, I think it was, if you move an archer, they lose half their shots. So Roland was just hanging out on that Spider. You had full shots the whole time. Had lots of damage. That was great. Good job.
Alright, so let's bring in Anthony the Space Ninja. aka Splatoon fan. Thanks again to Trash Panda.
Thank you.
So you might want to exit out and then go back in.
I shall do it.
Thank you. And again, if you guys have any questions, this is a good time to ask in chat. And Lucia and Anna, Lucia's in the Twitch chat and Anna's in the Facebook live comments. They'll be sending us the information that you guys request. Some info on Splatoon fan, aka Anthony the Necromancer. Sorry, he's changed his name a couple of times. He says that he's been playing the game since May of this year, and currently he has over 200 hours on record. So,
wow.
Yeah. Again, pretty good considering it's been less than a year for them.
Yeah.
Alright, so if you guys can both ready up.
So, yes, you know what? Sometimes people get intimidated going into PvP because they think they need to level their characters to 99 and all that. One thing I want to just let everybody know is you can go in with a fresh level 1 guys. Doesn't matter. It equalizes everything. So, if you lose, it's just strategy. It's not a level thing. So anybody can jump into PvP. Don't be afraid. Just try it out, with whatever you got. Try crazy things. The crazier stuff you try, the weirder and more interesting the fights can get.
Alright, I'm going to put up a poll. Please make sure to vote after you've seen their team comp. Alright. Alright, let's see what we've got. So, Matt's bringing a Gorgon, and let's see, this is Anthony's. Ooh, Troll Team. Troll Team. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Go for it. Sorry, my dogs.
Sorry, I'm used to using the controller. Alright, Matt's going in.
Wow,
Yeah.
look at that.
Troll-themed team.
Look at that tiara. Who is that? Was that Alyssa? Is that what her name was? No, Alwyn. Alwyn.
So another troll mom. And
Very unlucky.
and very unlucky the hair troll.
Yeah.
And a mascot that looks like a troll but does
A
not have
mascot that looks like a troll,
Right,
but
but it
doesn't
doesn't-
have the properties.
Exactly.
So what a mascot does is if they're nearby, they inspire with music, just like a little drummer boy, you know?
Mhm.
And so you can see that the trolls are inspired. They have the little up arrows, little yellow up arrows, and that is raising their defense, and it's raising their damage output. And if they were ranged, it would also be upping their accuracy. Although I guess it ups their accuracy anyway. So, but they were already accurate, so that's not going to do anything there. The downside of having a mascot in the middle of your troops like that is the mascot explodes on death and can be exploded fairly easily. So you got to be careful when that mascot gets low. You don't want to have your troops explode. On trolls, it's really interesting because trolls are already pretty tanky. So I think the hope here is to have just a really tanky team. But right off the bat, Matt's crazy electric team has stunned Very Unlucky, which is fitting. And so Very Unlucky will not be regenerating this turn and will not be able to attack. Troll Mom's starting to get those troll minis out there. And it's going to get really interesting because we're going to have both the Gorgon creating snakes. We got the Troll Mom creating snake minis. It's just going to be, there's going to be stuff all over the field potentially.
Yeah, just looking at the Twitch chat poll, by the way, it looks like the vote is a little bit more evenly split. We actually have Splatoon fan 123 at 41.7%, and the devs were 33.3%, and somehow we have 25% invalid vote. So I don't know what you guys are voting in there. But
Someone's voting invalid. Well then, there's a third party, but there's not. But there's
Right.
not at the same time.
It's like Very Unlucky is getting very unlucky.
Wow, Very Unlucky is living up to that name.
Quaggly.
Every single chance that Very Unlucky can be stunned,
Stranger.
it has happened.
That mascot is at a good location though. So another thing that the mascot, it can attack your opponents, but you might not want to get it too close to anyone when the health is low, just because it has that potential to explode.
Yeah, the mascot has a really interesting dynamic. I've seen people use them as frontline characters because they're terrifying. If you blow them up, you might be going with them. So right now the mascot's being used as the backline troop. It would be interesting to see if that continues to be the case. Definitely keeping.
My insides are showing.
Yeah, that mascot's actually keeping Very Unlucky hanging in there. I think otherwise Very Unlucky would have had a kind of lived up to the name more.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah.
Very Unlucky is lucky that they have, what is this character's name anyway? What is this? Mercy. They have Mercy as their sort of, not a healer. If anybody plays Overwatch, they might know Mercy the healer, but support unit.
Wrong
still.
game.
Mercy the support unit. And we've got, who is this down here? Oh yes. There's Roland, the MVP from last battle, who just killed Very Unlucky. Is that what just happened? Oh no, that's two. That is two slots being destroyed there with Very Unlucky. Unfortunately, I think what might have been helpful is to back the character up and let the mascot take the brunt of it for a little while very unlucky healed because, man, they just kept getting stunned and just not getting those heals. And Troll Mom says, I think I need to sit down for a bit. And I think she's right. She is in trouble. And now the only fighter left that Anthony the Necromancer can be using is the mascot. Although Anthony could be guiding the troll minis with the flags, where you can flag AI to ignore fighters or single out others. Might be doing that. We can't tell because we're a spectator, so we're not really sure what's going on. Triple kill, although the fighters that died were troll minis, so you know they were sort of serving their purpose, getting the distractions going. Oh, almost got a kill on Pipistrella with Mercy there. And it's looking bleak because Troll Mom's pretty low. And then who are these guys? This is Jess.
Yeah.
This is Jess and Stranger. Welcome Jess and Stranger. It was good to know you. I'll see you later because Troll Mom's gone. And so they go with them. And then we have a glorious ending here for Mercy. You'll see, as you may see, as she, if she's defeated, you'll see her try to take people with her.
Ooh.
But unfortunately, they have a ranged. Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt's got the ranged fighter.
Mercy's just
and
jumping
unfortunately,
on
Mercy
that
is. Yeah, Mercy's just weak to electricity. Take somebody with the peck though. That is good. That's sort of like the old Rocknick mortary.
Yeah. Not in vain.
Will Pipistrella go? Oh, and Pipistrella's gone
right.
too. And there it
Congrats
goes.
to Matt. What is the final count for Matt, by the way, out of the 6 fights?
It looks like Matt is 4-2 right now.
Oh wow. All right, and that was actually the last fight because it's 5:15 now.
Yeah.
So congrats to Matt, and
That
thanks again
damage
to
output,
Splatoon / Anthony the Necromancer for coming in.
Yeah.
And thank you to everyone else who also came in to fight against Matt, and to everyone who watched on our stream.
I fully expect a meta to be formed somewhere in here. Maybe. We'll see. But you'll find out that you could bring the same teams as Matt and still have a tough time. It depends what's going on, and definitely try those 2v2s as well. I love the 2v2 chaos, so give that a shot. But let's see, where did all that damage come from Matt? It was Yosef. Oh, because he had the Amades and trolls are weak to fire. That makes sense. Yosef was definitely doing a ton of damage there. Cool.
Yeah. Again, thank you so much to everyone who joined, not only in the pit, but also in the chat. It was really cool to be able to do this, and
Yeah.
hopefully the next time we do it will be sometime early next year, but we'll see.
I'm gonna hop in our Discord a little, and you can talk to all the fighters there, or anybody who's interested in Behemoth.
Definitely come check out our Discord, and a lot of our staff are in and out of that in our server.
Yep.
But other than that,
People's on the, which sale is it called?
it is the Steam Winter Sale. It's
Sale.
35% off the already early access price. Because
Yeah.
when it goes on full release, it's going to be $19.99 USD. So.
And it's releasing pretty soon.
Yes.
So
yes.
pretty soon.
Also, if
How's
you guys
that?
want to play, if you guys also want to play other games of ours, you can just exit out.
Oh, okay.
Other games of ours, we've got Castle Crashers and Battle Block Theater on sale as well. 80% off of both, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to join us in Discord. We hope you guys have a happy holidays.
Yes.
And we'll see you in 2018.
See you in 2018. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.